oversaw a lot of what's happening with the O train here, which is not a very popular thing. So we'll see if that helps them in particular places like Orleans and Ottawa Centre.
Ministre de la Petite Entreprise.
Minister of Small Business.
Mabuhay. I, Rechie Valdez, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors. So help me God. I, Rechie Valdez, do solemnly and sincerely swear that I shall be a true and faithful servant to His Majesty King Charles III as a member of His Majesty Privy Council for Canada. I will, in all things, be treated, debated, and resolved in Privy Council, faithfully, honestly, and truly declare my mind and my opinion. I shall keep secret all matters committed and revealed to me in this capacity, or that shall be secretly treated in council. Generally, in all things, I shall do as a faithful and true servant ought to do for His Majesty. So help me God. I, Rechie Valdez, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will truly and faithfully, and to do the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trust repose in me as Minister, Small Business. So help me God. Moi, Rechie Valdez,
I, Rechie Valdez, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will truly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as the Minister of Small Business. So help me God.
Wow. That oath was a journey. Emotional, emphatic, excited. Rosie, I don't know if I've seen a cabinet oath quite like that at any point in my career, but Rechie Valdez, the first Filipino woman to be elected to Parliament and now to serve in cabinet, the seventh person of descent from the Philippines to hold that position. She's going to be Minister of Small Business, Rosie, an important constituency in this time and from an important community at this particular time.
I believe she owned a bakery, and as you said, she was later a TV personality hosting a show about baking. She also, if you follow her on Instagram, is constantly visiting small businesses in her riding. So it's obviously something that's very passionate to her. And I have seen some of that emotion, but it's good to be reminded of it on a day like today, that this is a big deal for people and that they have worked very, very hard to be able to do something for their country. And she obviously felt the weight of that.
Kind of takeaways are from that. If we stay with Valdez just for a moment and you think about the political matchups that are ahead of this cabinet as they work towards an election, the way the Conservatives are coming in hard, going after the small business community, the newcomer community, the immigrant communities in the 905, for example. You look at her story. I don't know if you are into reality baking television, but she's a bit of a rock star in that world. She's a bit of a rock star in terms of the story, right? It's like the person who comes here, you know, works really hard, becomes a success, champion of her community on TV, all the things kind of you're looking for, and now elevated to cabinet to speak for the small business community in Canada. That goes right after what the Conservatives are trying to take away from them. The economic message they take into sort of newcomer Canadians and the reason to support Conservatives. They are matching that with a story like her. And so a number of matchups and moves in this, I think, really interesting for us to watch in the days and weeks ahead.